evening. I would like to speak in support of removing The Bluest Eye and any book with similar content from the Mentor Schools collection. There are millions of books in the world to choose from to challenge our students. When the Mentor Schools choose a book to make available to students, it means you become proponents of that book. Therefore, it is the school's responsibility when procuring books to make sure they are appropriate for all students in their charge. This book's graphic depiction of sexual violence against a minor is inappropriate for a library for minors, and it should be beneath the standards of the Mentor Schools. With all of the talk about students' social and emotional health in the past couple of years, I implore that you revisit some of the books that are in your collection and consider whether the subject matter could bring emotional harm or trauma to any of the students in your school. Imagine a 14-year-old incoming female freshman who is still inexperienced and innocent reading this book. This content would be disturbing and terrifying, not to mention the negative effect it would have on any minors developing understanding of sexuality, arousal, consent, and relationships. The Mentor Schools have an obligation to the parents in your district to respect their concerns for their kids. We are telling you directly, we are concerned whether you will protect our kids' emotional health. All parents want to protect their children from experiencing sexual violence such as this. We also wish to protect our children from the disturbing harm of reading graphic depictions of violence against minors. It is very telling that the Cleveland Public Library System has this book placed in its adult fiction section because it is simply inappropriate for minors. Finally, if controversial books are removed from school shelves out of respect for kids' dignity and emotional well-being, that is not harming anyone. These books are still available at the public library or to purchase, but keeping inappropriate books in the library could cause harm to someone's kid, and that is not okay. And I will add, this does not come from Moms for Liberty, because I was that child who was given an inappropriate book in 8th grade with an explicit rape and murder scene that was not appropriate for my age. That teacher was looking at me through an adult lens as someone who was academically gifted and mature for their age, but it was not right. That was my first introduction to anything of a sexual nature, and it has bothered me for over 30 years. The adults need to be mature enough to protect our kids' innocence. They can read this book in college, they can read it as adults. It does not need to be available to them when they're still kids, developing and figuring out the world. Thank you.